Hey, good morning, or afternoon, or good night, wherever you are in the world. I am just getting back from the gym and I wanted to change it up a little bit and offer another tool that I use in my arsenal to keep myself healthy and active. So, after chemotherapy, surgeries, and my radiation, I decided to invest in a small trampoline or rebounder. The one that I opted for is the Jump Sport Home. I think I got it on HSN. Again, I'm not paid for these. I am literally just sharing what I've purchased and what I implement every day or every other day in my life as a stage 3 breast cancer survivor. And first off, I read about and saw these trampoline things, and I always was like, that seems like really odd. Fast forward to the summer, I went to a friend's house and she had one of these in her living room. I jumped on it for the entire time because it was like twofold. It was like invoking joy in me. Like it was just very playful, very like childlike, and that really gave me joy. So literally the next few weeks I was online researching the best one, the cheapest one, but still the best one because I didn't want to jump and like break it. And this ended up being what worked for me. I think it was about $130. And what I love most about it is I can do this at any time. If I'm working from home or have 5 minutes, I can jump on it for any duration, for as long as I want or as short as I want. In the beginning, I did feel a little like vertigo-esque, and then eventually you get used to it and it just feels really good. I put on my praise music and I just, start jumping, and it just brings me joy. But aside from the joy that it brings just by invoking, childlike energy, it is also great for the lymph system. Because cancer, in my opinion, is, things that just were not able to be detoxed from the body. So, things in the system get stagnant around, the breast, the lymph system. You should look into it. It runs all throughout your body. So if any part of it is stagnant, things are just holding and sitting. And you can literally feel when you're jumping, I can feel my sinuses drain. I can feel everything move. And the more I kept looking into it, the more interesting it really became. Now, granted, if you just had surgery, do not do it because obviously the jumping up and down will not feel great. I started this. My final reconstruction surgery was in June, July, August, September. I think about 3 months after I started it, but like very gently, like I, just obviously listen to your body. But the cool things that it does, it helps, the main thing, flush and pump the lymph system, which is incredible and needs to be done. I can't do all the research for you. That's where you come in and, dive down that, rabbit hole for yourself. It also helps the immune system. It helps your cells on a cellular level because there's a moment where they experience no gravity, and it's, again, you just gotta look into it. It's pretty cool. And it's essentially different than just jumping on the ground because there's the bounce aspect to it. So it's exerting the same amount, if not more, force on the cells, which helps them work their magic. And then versus hitting the floor, there's a moment where they experience like no gravity, and it's pretty cool when you really look into the science of it. I've also read that it helps white blood cell count, which is something obviously if you're coming out of chemotherapy, you want to be cognizant of, and rebuilding and helping your body get strong. One of my main things about chemotherapy was I wanted to counter every single thing that chemo stripped of me. So it strips everything. So my meals immediately went to high nutrient dense, my supplements that I chose to take, I'm not going to get into it because there's a school of people that say don't do that. There's a school of people that say do that. Here's my rationale. If on chemotherapy, I was allowed to drink alcohol, I did not. But if the doctor says you're allowed to drink alcohol during chemotherapy, I don't understand why I cannot take supplements that will help me. I mentioned some in my book, the ones that I chose to take and why. So I opted not to drink and eat certain things. I opted to do what felt right to me, which was give my body what chemo was stripping of. Now, on infusion days, I didn't really take anything because I felt like the chemo was literally going to wipe it does wipe everything out. So I would skip, but like then the next days and thereafter, I would do what I felt was right for me and my body. And despite the hard days that I did have, I felt that overall I was happy with my choices and happy with how my body bounced back after. Also, the bouncing also helps with inflammation. I'm getting, things in my head. And it feels good. So again, things that I chose and choose and still continue to do all are giving my body things back that it was stripped away. So do your research, listen to your body, follow your intuition, ask people that you trust, right? But then again, then still you have your own agency. You're sovereign. You choose what is best for you and what makes sense to you. If someone tells you something and it doesn't make sense and you're not being dense about it, you really just truly don't understand, ask someone else. Ask until it makes sense. And if something truly doesn't make sense, in my opinion, then it doesn't make sense, right? Like you don't have to be gaslit to believe something that's simply not true for you or simply just doesn't make sense, right? If someone's trying to tell you that the sky is purple and you're looking out there and you're like, it's blue, and they're like, no, it's purple, I'm gonna have to say, thank you so much. I'm gonna, you move on. So if something doesn't make sense, it probably doesn't make sense. I guess that's what I'm getting at. So I'm always here to offer what I do and why. I don't give too much information because I think in this day and age, everyone wants everyone to do the work for them. And I don't think that's cool. I think that we are more powerful and more empowered when we go out and we seek and we find and we learn, because you may stumble on something else, and what you stumble on may end up being a blessing for someone else and for you. So that's why I give a little bit, I lead you a little, and then I look forward to seeing your journeys. But again, after chemo, after radiation, I love this. I think you could do this during chemo. They have bars that come with it, or maybe have someone around you just in case. And I'll demonstrate little in a second. Just be careful, be aware. I would not do this on radiation. Just the sheer irritation of the skin, the pool, I don't think it would feel good. I also have a vibration plate, which I will do another video on. I did that a little after radiation too soon and did not feel great. So definitely listen to your body, and there's no rush to get to it, right? You'll get to it. Feed your body what's being extracted from it. And I always think movement is best. If all you can do is walk, great. So I'll show you a few things that I do on here. And they say just literally rebound. You don't even have to have your feet leave the trampoline, right? Like this can be all you can do. And I didn't put the handle on here because I don't need it. But if I was maybe during chemo, I might have had it because you can, fall off. And then now I just move around. You can go different ways. Sometimes I go higher, don't hit your head on the ceiling, and I just move. And it feels good. And, and you can do different things with your legs. There's no right or wrong to this. Sometimes I do one leg just because I also want to feel how strong I am. I also think this is great for anyone that is on exemestane, tamoxifen, any of those things that can give us osteoporosis. This is helping the bones and everything move. Remember, we are life, we are energy. We just want to flow, right? See what I mean? How this just makes me like, wee! So I encourage you to try new things. If you hate it, you can always resell it on Facebook Marketplace. But I really think that this is something you'd like. And again, I live in New York City and I'm okay with it in my living room. Literally 10 o'clock at night, sometimes I'll come and I'll just jump. 4 in the morning, well maybe not 4, well yeah, I'll just jump. My neighbors can't hear it, I've asked them, and they said, Kia, even if we could hear it, you jump your heart out, but they can't hear it, so. Have the best day ever! And it stops that easily.